Hi, welcome to the new podcast. To the 80 no the 8th episode from Muvsic. Today we are going to talk about an album with the poem that actually it's not the full name of his album. Is the album name is when no with when the pawn it's the conflicts. It think he's like a king that he knows throw the blows when he goes to the fight and he will win the whole thing for his centers the ring. There is nobody to better when your mind it's your mind. So when you go solo and hold your own hand and remember that deep is the great hate if you know where it's you stand when you know where is the land and if you fall I won't matter because you will know that you are right. Yeah, it's a poem written by Fiona Apple for herself, and it's this the all title album, but everyone called it When the Poem, and because it's a full large name that actually was when the album released was the largest title album of the world. I think that that was a very special, interesting album for at the first time. So well.
Mm, if my first impression of the album, like it was my first, like, like I feel like Fiona gives a lot of intensity of her songs. I think it's for that her voice is so strong. Um, I came away with a very good impression about Fiona Apple. I think that most of the album is like a jazz influences, and I really like that. I'm not usually someone that listen to jazz, but I like the way Fiona incorporated. I feel like intense album. In some songs you can hear very intense lore. In others the range changed completely, but I think the album is so similar, the songs, but the first part of the album I don't like it a lot, but the last part I think is the best. So yeah.
I really love this album. This album, I've known it since for a lot of years, um, and I think I really love this album. All of the songs are I never skip any of these songs in the album. I know all of them. I have it as a CD, and I love this album. I think the intensity of the songs are very. I don't know. I think some of the songs in some point of my life, I could identify with them, and they felt very personal at the time, and they are very good.
Yeah, actually, my the first impression that I got to the album, it's very like oh my god, really like a alternative rock that actually is, but it's not just only the rock alternative rock. It has something that I just blend, and I think this is the reason that I like it a lot. But also the album was very pretty nice actually for me. With the cover, it says something the chalk and into the with the the topic of this of the all the songs, all the tracks, and with the cover, it's the poem that Fiona wrote. It's it's very cool, very nice for me, and I like it.
This was actually my first time listening to a full project by Fiona Apple, not counting her cover of Across the Universe by the Beatles, and honestly, I was really impressed. I like the album a lot. What stands out most of is Fiona's voice. It's super expressive, kind of tense, but still controlled. You can feel a lot of personality in the way she sings. The instrumentation is also amazing, especially the piano and drums. Everything feels very intentional and alive.
I heard this album before and I like Fiona Apple ever sing. Even though it's not a king of my music I listen to every day, but I think it's a good album. I don't can already listen to it. I enjoy listening to again because I think the album with good meaning, but sometimes it feel repetitive.
I don't think this album is for everyone, and but if you so everyone should give it a chance. And I give this album a 10 out of 10 because I mean some of the songs can be repetitive, I know, but um, I don't know. I think I really love every, all of the songs in the album, and I think everyone should give it a chance.
If someone wants to start listening Fiona Apple with this song, why with the well to the people for which album we should be start with her playing these songs. Wait, if someone wants to listen to Fiona Apple, it's this album with the from the first that the person she will listen, or it will be something album.
I think When the Pond is a great album for starting to listening to Fiona Apple because some of her other albums can be a little bit more experimental, and this one is a little bit more chill than the other ones. So I think this one is a great if you want to start listening to Fiona.
Um, Even though I don't usually listen to jazz, I really like this album of Fiona. For me, I think it's a 8 out of 10. I like the Fiona how she gives the intensity to the songs. With others, she had camera rhythms. So I like that combination, and I think I recommend it when the pound to people who likes a song with rhythm and intensity, and to those that enjoy emotional music. So the album is influenced by jazz. So if you like this type of music, I will definitely recommend it.
There was a small moment in the beginning where it feels slightly monotonous, but it didn't last long. Overall, the album keeps you engaged through the 42-minute runtime. It never drags and it has this emotional energy that pulls you on. My favorite songs were a mistake and fast as you can, but have a lot of attitude and movement, and they really show how dynamic she can be. I'd give this album a 9 out of 10. It left me with a really strong first impression and definitely made me want to listen more of her music.
I also think Fiona Apple has a good album in general. This is an example of a good album. I really like it. For me, it's a 10 of 10.
Yeah, well, actually, I write it with all my opinion when I was listening the album. I think the in the porn it's about love itches when the itches come by itself because some of the songs has a theme like the confusion knowing that you are the problem and you're not trying to hide it, just only confess it is something I don't know. Eh, at the same time, it's very confused actually. For the first, well, for me, I don't get the topic of the album the first time. I think the end was a try your luck. Well, try your luck, try your end to the end. But I think this is and the first time to the five to the first five songs is the I don't know a little repetitive with his deeper and raw voice. I think the Fiona has a great voice in my opinion, and it's I don't know everything sounds similar for me, and more when the song "A Mistake" begins. It's the the thing started to change. I think it's the difference of the album is when it starts. It really starts. Talk about the further love or well, all the things that the people keep in their minds when the relationship gone bad or just this moment. I haven't listened to Fiona Apple before, I love the album concept. My favorite, like I told you, it's a mistake. Just in there's a one thing I don't like it. It's the emotion, the feelings. I can't listen in through the Fionna voice because I think it's the same. But when just at three or two songs, I listen to a different way, like expressing the feelings that she write to the for the song. So I give it a 8 of 10 for me for the album, and more that I don't listen that the type of music, but I think it's a good album actually. It's a good concept that the album looks good and it's good actually.
I think it's very hard for me to pick only one song as my favorite, but if I had to, I think I would choose that I know because it's very intense and talks. It's her voice just makes it different. I think if anyone would have sang this album, it will be a totally different vibe because her voice is just very powerful. And I also think Paperback is really good, even though it's her most popular song. Um, there is a reason why it's the most popular because it's very good. I think I really love all of the songs are very good, but especially I Know, Paperback, and Get Gone. I think those three are the best.
And for me, I really like the song "A Mistake." I think it's different for all the songs of the album. I think the intensity and the rhythm, it's so good. I think it's the best of all. And I feel like I don't know, the Fionna voice is so good in this song. So I really like the intensity of her voice. So I think is that all for today. So thank you for listening, and we see you in the next podcast.